go. What's up, YouTube? Question. What is love? To be loved, to be loved, to be or not to be loved. Seems like we got a huge debate going on about love. You hear a lot of people saying, you don't love me, or do you even know what love is, or you don't know how to love me, you couldn't love me right, and all of that. So here we go. I'm about to break down what love is. There's no actual definition of what love is. There's no definition. Love is a concept in everybody's mind that's personalized. How you view and understand and comprehend love and how the next person do is two different things. Two totally different things. It depends on what your concept of love is. Some people was loved as a child. They was hugged, they was kissed, they was comforted, they was encouraged, they had words of affirmation, they got a lot of love in the house. Some people was raised with no love in the house, no affection in the house. Some people had, I don't know, some people learned love from watching TV. They might have thought a love story went a certain way pertaining to their favorite movie or a rom-com. Some people watch their mama get beat by their daddy, and they be like, you know, mama, why is he beating you? Whatever. Oh, he loves me. Mama messed up. So people's concepts of love is completely different from every angle. So what you have to do is, when you're dealing with somebody that you really genuinely interested in, you got to learn how to love them by their standards and means of love. That's what makes love so powerful, is when you have enough feelings for somebody, you willing to find out, pay close attention, and find out how they view love, what they think love is, and how they need to be loved, and be willing to give it to them. And it has to go both ways. That's why usually relationships don't work out, because that's only one side. People don't even understand what's going on, because they think that, you know, you did this, you don't love me, or if you do this, you love me. Let's just start off by saying love is not about giving. Love's not what you can give. Love's what you can accept, what you're willing to accept. Let me break it down for you. I can give somebody flowers every day and not give a fuck about them. That don't mean I love them. It's almost like I could be just manipulating or, you know, running game. I could buy you clothes, shoes, and all that and still never love you. That's easy. That's superficial. If somebody got the money and they're willing to spend it, that's all that is. Love is what you can accept. Stuff that out of the ordinary wouldn't be accepted. Whether it's somebody's bad financial situation, somebody's hygiene situation. For example, that woman you see pushing that dude in that wheelchair who's paralyzed, that's love. She sacrificed one of the most important things that you could require from somebody. Shit, legs. You sleep beside somebody that snore every night and feet stink. Love. You with somebody, they end up getting really sick and you got to take care of them. They need to be, you know, a whole lot of attention. Love, you accepting that. So those are just a few examples, because it's very based off of acceptance. What you're willing to accept is how much you love somebody. Because I know a lot of people that's not willing to accept anything and won't accept anything, and then that's how you wonder, how is that love? That's not unconditional. That's not love. Just like some women won't mess with a man if he don't got no money, or some men won't mess with a woman if she ain't doing this or she ain't doing that. Her butt ain't big enough, her hair ain't long enough, her complexion. Then it ain't love, because love is acceptance. Love will accept everything. So I'm just breaking that down since everybody got the concept. So if you with somebody that you genuinely respect and care about, find out what love means to them. Find out what their definition of love is. And whether you think it's stupid, whether you think it's unnecessary, whether it makes sense to you, that's beside the point. It's about finding that common ground and sharing it at the same time. So If you really care about that person genuinely, pay close attention, find out what they think love is, what their idea of love is, and see if you're willing to give it. If you're willing to make whatever sacrifice it is or acceptance it is to provide them with the necessary love, and make sure they're doing the same thing back to you. Because if they're not, it challenges everything. So that's my advice. Go out there. You gotta pay close attention. If you're not paying close attention to your partner, you're not gonna ever understand it anyway. But upon paying close attention, find out what they love, find out why they love, how they love, take in consideration their traumas, their past experiences, and their insecurities, and work with that. And that's another thing. For some reason, insecurity is viewed as like a disease, something bad. Insecurity is how one reacts to a past trauma, whether they've been cheated on, lied to, stole from, and this gave them trust issues. This ain't nothing to condemn and talk about and laugh at. And the last thing you do to somebody you truly love is challenge it. That's like if your lover had diabetes. You're going to make sure they eat the right stuff, make sure they take their insulin, you're going to make sure they do everything. You're not going to rub it in their face. You're a diabetic, you can't even eat this cake. You can't even do that. So if somebody has some traumas and they suffer from something that happened in the past, whether they was cheated on or mistreated, so they don't trust that easily, it's up to you, if you really love them, to help them rebuild that trust, or to at least help them get through it. The last thing you want to do is challenge somebody in a situation like that. If you got somebody who has trust issues, I don't suggest you going to the club every night and partying. I don't suggest you putting them in that. We know you're grown, you can do what you want. But I'm saying, if you love this person, you'll be willing to make the proper sacrifices to help build the trust so that they trust you. Because, you get a lot of situations where somebody's dating somebody who has trust issues and they just throw it in their face. You're too insecure. You're insecure. Okay, if I'm insecure, then work with me. Shit, help me. Help me rebuild that trust. Help me rebuild it. Show me different. If I'm dating a woman and she's insecure and she's been cheated on and she has trust issues, I'm not going to go to the club every night. I'm not going to have a bunch of female friends and then use that manipulative excuse as, oh, you should trust me. If you don't trust me, we can't be together. You don't love me if you don't trust me. How is that a fact? Love and trust have nothing to do with each other. They have nothing to do with each other, two completely different things. And usually when somebody even drops that trust bomb on you, don't trust them. That's like me having a gun and I tell you, hey, I got a gun, but trust me, I'm not gonna shoot you. What the fuck? You don't say that. You don't say trust me unless you're being manipulative, unless you you doing something. So yes, you can love without trust. There's people I love to death right now and I wouldn't trust them alone in my crib. There's people I love and I wouldn't trust them with no money. I wouldn't trust them with my life. Then there's people I don't love who I trust unconditionally. For example, you go to McDonald's, you order their food, you don't love nobody in there, but you trust them because you sure eat it. It could be poison, it could be tainted with anything. You don't question that. You go get your car fixed, get your brakes fixed. You don't trust you don't love nobody at that mechanic shop, but you trust them because you put your car in their hands to fix your brakes and you pull off. So clearly love and trust have nothing to do with each other. Nothing to do with each other. There's people that I love that I don't trust and people that I trust that I don't love. So don't let nobody hit you with that manipulating shit. If a person's not willing to make sacrifices and changes in their normal behaviors and putting you as a priority and healing you and your issues, then they don't love you. See what I'm saying? Acceptance. Accepting somebody who has trust issues and willing to work with them. That shows love. That demonstrates love. Throwing it in their face and condemning them about it, that ain't love. So get in the comments. Tell me what you think. What's your definition of love? What's your definition of how you want to be loved? What do you consider love? Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like somebody wasn't loving you correctly? Either they wasn't paying attention to how you wanted them to love you, or you wasn't paying attention to what their understanding of love is. You can't expect somebody to have the same understanding of love as you have, because you don't know where they come from, or how love was interpreted to them, or how they perceive it in their mind. So get in the comments, let me know. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button, share, and definitely leave a comment. Tell me what you think about them concepts, and if it brings you any understanding and insight of what love is and what it means to you versus what it may mean to another person, or how y'all both may understand it or comprehend it. Till then, I'm gone right now. Out.